Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is, what are going to be a treat. So, we are today on Saturday. This is Successful Saturdays, and it's part of an ongoing daily series that we have from Motivational Mondays all the way to Successful Saturdays and on. And we're looking at it as part of the frequency of abundance community that we've created. There's a free group over on LinkedIn. You can go The Frequency of Abundance under groups and you'll find us. And there's a small paid community where we really nurture each other and the tide raises all boats. And we're here to help both the coaches, the healers, the therapists, the online specialists, the subject matter specialists, the financial advisors, even the agencies and the way that they might like to play. And so, in that context, today of all days, managing your stress levels, both personal and professional, that's what we're here to talk about. Now, if you don't know me, I'll give you a 30-second background. Hold on. And from there, I think it'll help illustrate how, based on where I am and what I'm up to and who I play with, I have to be able to manage my stress, both personally and professionally, or I wouldn't make it. And if I did, it wouldn't be for very long. So if there's anything that can help you or can in any way, benefit you, that's kind of what we're here for. Now, let's break it apart so that we're focusing on managing stress personally and managing stress professionally. So let's start with professionally, because in all honesty, it's a heck of a lot easier. If we're looking at managing stress professionally, now, in the environment, if you're working with somebody, for somebody in an enclosed space and stuff like that, that's cool. There's interpersonal relationships. There's ways that you can, take a break in the break room, go to the cafeteria, go to the bathroom, sneak a peek, do whatever it is that you have to do. So there's ways that that can happen and be facilitated for you. And it's a lot more understanding, for you to say, I need a personal day or something like that, especially in a work environment. A lot harder to do that for yourself. They used to have this cool commercial. I can't remember who it was for. It was like some kind of cough or cold remedy medication. And it was hilarious because it'd be a mom, coming to a door and opening it and being like, hey, sorry, I just don't feel well today. I'm not going to be able to, go to work. And then you look inside the room and it's a baby in a crib. And you're like, yeah, that's not going to cut it. Sorry, that's not going to work at all. And that's what it's like for us. We don't have that luxury. We aren't in a work environment. This doesn't apply. So we're not able to do the things that would work in that place, in this place. And that's okay. Different different set of equipment, different set of tools. And in that context, it's beautiful because you're going to get a different set of results. So, where I would want to see the ability for us to really maximize is, let's take a look at a couple of exercises and techniques and real walk away actionable items that we can do both personally and professionally. On professional, we just gave a couple. Take a break, leave, distance yourself from others around you until you come back to equilibrium. If you're curious, it's apple juice, calm down. Um, if we're looking at equilibrium externally, that's why I made the joke about alcohol. It's tricky. Any kind of external stimulants you'll use, half of you is split trying to figure out, did the thing that you just took have an effect? And how much effect? Do you need more or less? And the other half of you is experiencing the thing that you just took. So between those two things going on, you're busy. And if you, heaven forbid, wanted to do something with all that, but meanwhile you used an external stimulant, it's tricky. Basically, in a regular state, you have clarity. And anytime you use anything else, from pick-me-ups like caffeine, or some other, what do you call it, narcotics or something, all the way down to depressants like alcohol or, again, narcotics. So anything that you do that radically makes you up or radically makes you down, there's a ride that you have to go on. to get there, after there, to get back to normal. And normal is that state of clarity. So, if we're looking at ways to manage your personal stress, realize that your natural state is a state of clarity. Anything that you do internally to try to regulate and come back to that state, or anything that you do externally to try to regulate and come back to that state, there's good and bad on both. Good things have consequences, bad things have benefits. So there's nothing that quick and simple available for us. What we're looking to do on a personal level, we're going to go with one very cool technique that I like very much today. It's called the biofeedback breathing exercise. And what it's going to do, it's going to give us a chance to take a look where if everybody has a chance to go, okay, what are the anxiety busters? What are the ways that we can change and go from, well, one-on-one and dealing with ourselves as a single entity, subjectively, to one-to-many, where we look at ourselves collectively and objectively. And so if we want to expand our consciousness that way, take a look at something like our biofeedback breathing exercise, something I've developed that I've been using for probably about 30 years now. If you don't know my background, I've been an elite energy coach for about 30 years. I started working with elite athletes, Cirque du Soleil, acrobats, Olympians, national sports teams. And in those 3 decades, probably had about 15,000 people come through my hands. Wrote a couple best-selling books, and I never would have come online if it wasn't for COVID. And so I didn't want to make cat videos like everybody else, and I wanted to see if there was a way to kind of help those that are out there struggling with the technology and struggling with the marketing and struggling with the sales and struggling with the whole way that we reach out to people online and the whole way that we interact with them and how to build those communities and not just client lists and those kind of ways. So in that, I created Allura Creative Agency, and we put on one-of-a-kind events. This is part of our matrix and our ecosystem that we do. So in this context, we create communities, both paid and free. And in order to put content into them, we have daily different drivers. Some of our clients take a broader scope and look at it once a month, once a week. Others, like me, go every single day of the week, and we Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays invite you to come back. Oh my goodness, that's when we have the guest speakers come. And so there's experts 12 times a month minimum on every topic you can imagine, from mindset and nutrition, health and fitness, vitality, longevity, all the way to tax, mitigation strategies, and ways to retire and keep your money, all the way to really, really unique executive leadership types, retreats and summits. And so much fun in the sun. I'll put my contact information in the chat afterwards, but really, really see if it's something that is going to be able to help you. Because if it is, we'd love to be able to spend some time together. Now, where the biofeedback breathing exercise happened was way back in those times at Cirque du Soleil. And we wanted to find something that would work whether you were really, really anxious and hyper and excited, or whether things were rather chill, but you wanted to go to a deeper level of down. So we wanted to go, well, we need one exercise that does all that. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or girl, young or old, elite athlete or weekend warrior. We need something that's going to work no matter what. And we also want to make sure that it doesn't matter what state you're currently in. So if you're anxious, nervous, excited, and rah, 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 like a 8, or 9 out of 10, or whether you're really, really low and slow, like a 2 or 3 out of 10, we need one exercise that's going to be able to do the same thing for all of you. So in that context, we created the biofeedback breathing exercise, and we wanted it to make sure that it touched mental, physical, and emotional. It's the best way to bridge all of us together. So, mental. On the mental side, you're going to be thinking, how do I count my breath? How do I count the beats of my heart? How do I synchronize those two? Mentally. physically, you're going to have your finger on your pulse. If you need to, go on your neck. But find your pulse. Here it is. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's mine. I'm relatively relaxed, which is great. So in that context, now that I have that, whether I was bum, 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 super hyper excited, or whether I was practically asleep and bump, 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 you know what I mean? Like really, really slow. I find my pulse. That's on the physical side. And on the physical side, I'm also going to be taking a look at my breath. I'm going to inhale through my nose for 3 beats of my heart. Bum, 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 bum. That's 3 beats, and that's the top of my inhale, all the way full. I'm going to hold it there for 3 beats of my heart. Bum, 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 bum. I'm going to exhale through my mouth slowly through 3 beats of my heart. Bum, 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 bum. And then fully empty chamber. Now I'm going to hold again for 3 beats of my heart. That is one cycle. We're going to do that cycle 3 times. And what you're going to find at the end, and it's really neat, if you're really, really high energy, 7, 8, 9 out of 10, this will help ground you, bring you down a couple levels. If you're really, really low energy, even potentially sad or depressed or in any category like that, this help bring you up. So it's a fascinating thing that it can do it. Like I said, young, old, boy, girl, elite athlete, brand new person, doesn't matter. All right, here we go. It's going to be exciting. So find your pulse. We talked about mentally. You're going to keep track and count. Talked about physically, beating, inhaling, exhaling, and holding. What about emotionally? Emotionally, I want you to try to stay as neutral and as calm and as relaxed as you can. I want you to really, really let the experience of this go on a physiological level. Try not to add a lot of conscious control. See what happens. You're not in a unique state. It's not like you're hypnotized or anything like that. You're just trying to do a little bit of a deep breath work. And in that context, you're also trying to be aware of how that affects you before, during, and after. So before we begin, give yourself a rating. -10, 0, +10. Whereabouts are you energetically right now? For me, I feel good. I'm a little elevated, so I'd say I'm probably about a 6, maximum of 7 out of 10 right now. And that's when I'm going to start the exercise. And I want you to do that too. Give yourself an honest assessment. And then from there, we're going to do the exercise. Oh, yes, you'll close your eyes. And inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. 3 beats in, up, hold, out, hold, repeat 3 times. And I'll be guiding you. Now, we're going to be really interested and curious to see what it feels like at the end. That's what I'm excited for. So here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yeah, I'm clearly excited. I'm at a 7 for sure. And in through the nose, 1, 2, 3, and hold. 1, 2, 3, and out through the mouth. 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, in. Hold. Out. Hold. And open your eyes. How do you feel? Be honest. Be honest with yourself. It's the most important part. How do you feel? Knowing that right now we came into ourselves. Didn't think about anything else. No reason to be thinking about the past. That's where a lot of regret and maybe depression comes from. No reason to be thinking about the future. That's where some people get excited, but some people get a little bit nervous and anxious because they're thinking about the future. This is a moment to be grounded in the present. It truly is a gift. So, in that context, I was before about a 7. And if I just feel my pulse right now, bum, 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 I'm about a 5. And like I said, it'll give you a couple up or a couple down, depending on what it needed to bring you back to a state of equilibrium, knowing that this is where your body naturally likes to play and be at. And that is so powerful for us to be able to use on any given day. So personally, you got some distraction blocking techniques. You got places to go to recollect your energy. But now that you're in the bathroom, or now you're in the break room, or now you're in a private place, this is what you do in that private place to restore that equilibrium. This is a wonderful exercise. It's one of 23 mental, physical, and emotional drills that I developed over the last 3 decades. If you'd like to work with an elite energy coach, reach out to me. Contact info is in the chat. If you'd like to take a look at us as an agency and see if there's anything we can do for you and promote your message and bring your light and shine it a little bit brighter somewhere in the world, reach out to us as well. I'm Natan Verhovsky. Very thankful that you guys got to join me on a successful Saturday. Use what we learned today. Make it successful and join me tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be, oh my goodness, fun in the sun. When we take a look at all the different days of the week, and we know that there's something every single day, no matter when we're coming in. Sundays is realign for the next week. Mondays is motivational Mondays. Tuesdays is triumphant Tuesdays. Wednesdays is winning Wednesdays. You get the idea. I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.